Hi everyone, so in this video what I would like to talk about is what does it take for couples counselling to work. So many people are either fearful of going for couples counselling, they believe that there's a possibility that things will just explode within the counselling room and that they will not sort out their issues. There are people that have high expectations, so they're thinking, we'll go for couples counselling and it will save our marriage, it will save our relationship, the counsellor will see it from my point of view, the counsellor will fix everything that's wrong. And I just want to sort of start off by saying that counselling, whether it's with just the counsellor and an individual, or whether it's with a counsellor and a couple, it's all about the relationship. Without forming and establishing a therapeutic relationship where both of you or the three of you have trust, where you believe that the counsellor cares about your well-being, where you're all working as a team, and where there's listening and understanding, then there is not going to be any progress. But these are 5 things that I believe are really important for the likelihood of couples counselling to work. The first one is personal accountability and responsibility for your own behaviour. So the problem with some couples counselling is that the counsellor often will either take sides with one of the parties and they think that they're doing the right thing, so they'll overemphasise what one person is saying. But the issue with that is that you then isolate the other person. They feel not heard, they don't feel valued, and you also lose the whole therapy within that. You have to be quite strong as a couples counsellor that you are not biased towards one party, and it's easily done, but when you're aware of it, you have to, bring yourself back. At the same token, you have to be ready to challenge people. Now that might mean that you're asking the couple to individually take responsibility for their part in what the relationship is like now, not looking at how good it was in the beginning. But if you've got an issue, then it's no point saying, well, it's all his fault or it's all her fault. You have to take individual accountability, and that can be difficult within therapy, but that is part of the process, and that is where the likelihood of it succeeding will come in. The second thing is you need to have a commitment to exploring both the past and the present issues. Relationships don't just start off one day and they're a mess. There's always a pattern, or there's always like a root of what happened. So as a counsellor, you have to explore when things started to go wrong, what was going on at that time, talking about the events that have occurred within the relationship. Now, some couples don't want to do that because they say, well, I don't want to talk about the past affairs that I've had. I don't want to talk about when this happened 10 years ago, 5 years ago. But in order for couples therapy to be productive, you can't start with where the couple is right now, because you're neglecting what's led up to where they are. And that's the same as with a lot of clients. It's different with individual clients. They might feel that the issues that they're having do not root from the past, and therefore you can work with them in the present. And you might do that with some couples, but from my experience, there's usually been a number of things that have led up to where they are. The third one is you have to want and believe in the success of the relationship. Now that sounds obvious, but there's lots of people that are coming for couples counselling because either their partner has threatened them and said, if you don't go for couples counselling, it's over. So they're going for the wrong reason. Or they are going so that their partner feels that they're just doing it so that it's just like a checkbox thing, but they're not really committed. For example, someone might go for couples counselling but continue to have affairs and say, well, I'm still working on the relationship. However, their actions are saying something different. So you have to take responsibility if you're the couple that's going for therapy, that you have to want and believe that your relationship has a chance of succeeding. The fourth one is you have to have a commitment to therapy. You might not want to be there at first. You're not convinced that it's going to work. However, if you commit, what that means is you turn up on time. That means that you allow input from the counsellor. That means you allow your partner to speak and you listen. That means you contribute. You don't just sit there and say, well, I'm not going to say anything. And that's where the bit where I think a lot of people come for couples counselling. They want the counsellor to fix everything. but they're not really engaging with the process. And you're not going to have successful couples therapy if you don't engage in the process. And the fifth thing is that you have to have honesty about the situation, acceptance of what's really going on in the relationship, and ability to listen. Counselling is a process. It means that there's things that you might not want to hear. Your partner might say, you know, I'm really done with this relationship. I've thought about leaving a number of times. You have to hear that, and then you both have to decide as a couple, okay, this is where we're at because it's so serious right now. What are we going to do about it? Whereas if you're not willing to be honest about what the issues are, what led up to you going for couples counselling, what role have you played in the relationship being the way it is, you know, what you are willing to do to fix it, then it's just pointless. And there are lots of couples that go for couples counselling just to go through the process to say that they've done it, and it's just not going to work. It's not going to be successful. So I hope you found this video useful. I may go into detail by making some of these sections of this separately, because I feel it could do with more exploration, but I just wanted to touch on them for now. So please tell me what you think. Leave your comments. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Feel free to share it with others who might appreciate it. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you all soon. Bye.